All right, guys, so I found a stock that has the potential to outperform Bionano Genomics in 2023, and that is what I want to share with you guys in this video. And also, we are going to be taking a look at what happened with Bngo last week, how it opened on Tuesday and how it closed on Friday, and what we should be expecting this new week. And also, we are going to talk about the macro market entirely. Okay, we are going to talk about the CPI data coming in on Thursday and how that could affect the share price of the likes of Bionano Genomics, all in this video. Let's get to it. So the market opportunity for the treatment of solid tumor is significant. Due to the prevalence and challenges in treating these types of tumors, there is a demand out there for new and effective treatments for solid tumors, which are responsible for a significant number of cancer-related deaths worldwide. There are several promising areas of research and development in the field of solid tumor treatment, including targeted therapies, immunotherapies, and gene therapies. Now, I put this company into Data Bridge Market Research. I checked out, the global solid tumor market, how it is expected to increase in the nearest future. And this is what I got. You guys can see right here, global solid tumors market is expected to account for $901 billion by 2029. And this market has, a CAGR of 20%. If you guys take a look at this, okay, 2022, this is where we used to be. This is what is expected to happen to solid tumor market in 2023, and you can easily tell there seems to be some kind of parabolic rally, okay, happening, in the solid tumor market. The opportunity is massive. Of course, this company that I want to talk about is not, on the leader in this market, okay, but they have something in their pipeline that, could change the trajectory of this company, okay. In my opinion, they have the opportunity, they have the chance, to make money going forward if they are able to execute according to their plans, okay. So in this segment, we have some companies already, okay. In this solid tumor segment, we have a lot of big pharmaceutical companies already making a lot of money, okay. And the countries covered in the solid tumors market report are US, Canada, Mexico, just name it, almost all over the world, okay. And then we have this competitive landscape and solid tumors market share analysis. Take a look at all these competitive companies, okay. Some of the major players operating in the solid tumors market are Hoffman in Switzerland, Mylan in the US, Teva pharmaceutical industry, Pfizer, Novartis, Merck, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, and name it. This company is not even in this list yet because, this is literally a company that is still growing, okay. They have a market cap of about $177 million. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Fusion Pharmaceuticals Inc. Okay, they have a market cap of $177 million, and the share price in the past 5 days alone, is up massively, okay. It used to trade around $3, it closed on Friday around $3.97. But if you take a look at the past 1 month, okay, they used to trade around $2.31 on the 7th of December, but right now they closed on Friday almost at $4, okay. But before we dive deep into Fusion Pharmaceutical, let's take a look at Bionano Genomics and what has been happening with Bngo in the past couple of months, perhaps 6 months. Bngo has been struggling, okay, to get above $1.5 in the past 6 months alone. Meanwhile, Fusion Pharmaceutical in the past 6 months, it used to trade around 2.5, and then we saw another rally and then another rally towards $4. Now, Bionano Genomics volume is also around $6.2 million. Meanwhile, Fusion Pharmaceutical volume is just 51,500, guys. I mean, if you put enough money into this stock right now, you could easily double your money with the way things are going. Of course, this is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence, okay. And then Bionano Genomics, okay, the market cap of Bngo is around $433 million. Meanwhile, Fusion Pharmaceutical, like I already showed you guys, is $177 million. Now, if you go down, if you take a look at the most recent earnings of Fusion Pharmaceutical, consensus EPS, okay, back in the fourth quarter of 2021, they beat the EPS. The first quarter of 2022, they beat it. The second quarter of 2022, they also beat earnings. They missed earning in the third quarter of 2022, and the fourth quarter of 2022 earnings, I believe, is going to be reported maybe on the 15th of March, according to this, or perhaps earlier, hopefully. But if you take a look at Bionano Genomics, you guys can see that BNGO has been missing earnings. Okay, consensus EPS, for the past couple of quarters, 1, 2, 3, apart from the third quarter of 2022, where they met it, but still nothing happened with the share price of the company. Okay, we would love to see BNGO beating EPS at least for once. And the expenses of Bionano Genomics are skyrocketed. Okay, in 2021, they spent about $70 million US. I believe in 2022, we should be expecting BNGO to spend way more than that, because every quarter right now, I think they are spending around from 25 to 30 million US dollars. So perhaps in 2022, I think BNGO revenue, okay, expenses is going to be closer to 100 million US dollars, if not over that. Okay, now if you take a look at Fusion Pharmaceutical, okay, they are also literally spending almost the same thing, like Bionano Genomics. Okay, if you take a look at this, you guys can see that their expenses is almost the same thing. And the only thing where Bionano Genomics is better than Fusion Pharmaceutical is just in terms of revenue. BNGO is making, in 2022, they are going to report around 27 to 28 million US dollars in total revenue, but Fusion Pharmaceutical revenue is very little at the moment. That is the only thing that makes BNGO to stand out. Okay, but in terms of the share price of the company, okay, in terms of how much they have on hand, okay, at hand, Fusion Pharmaceutical, if you take a look at this, when they went public in 2020, they went public around 18 US dollars, and then they came down to $2 US, and then they have started to rally somehow because of the development in their pipeline. Okay, now for those of you wondering what exactly this company is all about, Fusion R&D team has developed ways to connect alpha-emitting medical isotopes to molecules which selectively target biomarkers found on the surface of cancer cells. So right here you have the Fusion pipeline. Okay, we have 3 programs in phase 1. One program is in preclinical development, and then we have 3 programs about solid tumor in the early stage, okay, early discovery, and they have some partnered programs that are presently going on, novel TATs, and they have combinations up to 5. Okay, novel TATs up to 3, combinations up to 5, and this is what is going on, guys. I mean, if you go further, you can see the first human trial of yada yada. This is their trial overview: FP1 1966, FP1 2059, and so on and so forth. Okay, now what I found interesting is, if you go to their SEC filings, okay, if you want to take a look at where the company is, where they are going, where they used to be, just go to their Form 8K from November 8th of November 2022 about their third quarter's earnings, okay, where the CEO of the company spoke, okay, about the future of Fusion Pharmaceutical. Now, the CEO of this company, John Valiant, commented. He said, I quote, "During the third quarter of 2022, we continued to advance our pipeline of targeted alpha therapy programs to treat multiple cancer types not currently addressed by available radiopharmaceutical therapies. Leveraging our platform and radiopharmaceuticals expertise, we now have 3 phase 1 clinical programs. Our lead program, FP1 1434, remains on track to report phase 1 data in the first half of 2023. Following the initiation of dosing in our phase 1 of 2 study of FP1 1966, we have opened multiple study sites and are actively recruiting patients with FGFR3 expression solid tumor. We also continue to make progress in our newest clinical program, yada yada, and so on and so forth." And then if you go further, okay, I want to share with you guys what is going on with this company. Now, if you go further, you can see in September, Fusion drew down $25 million under the previously announced debt agreement with Oxford Finance LLC. To date, the company has drawn down a total of $35 million. The loan agreement as amended provided for up to 4 tranches totaling $75 million with additional $25 million in debt funding. Now, Fission now expects its cash equivalents, and investments will be sufficient to fund operations into the third quarter of 2024. Okay, into the third quarter of 2024. So they say they have enough money to run their business into third quarter of 2024. Now, on the 7th of November, Fission announced the appointment of Dimitri Bobilev, MD, as Chief Medical Officer. Okay, that's that about that. Now, if you go further down, you can see that cash and investments. As of September 30, 2022, Fission had cash equivalents, and investments of $205.5 million US. Okay. Meanwhile, Bionano Genomics after Q4 are going to be left with less than $100 million US, except if they have raised money at the market. Okay, using at the market offering. Now, compared to cash equivalents, and investments of $220.8 million as of December 31st, 2021, Fission expects its existing cash equivalents, and investments as of September 30, 2022 will be sufficient to fund operations into the third quarter of 2024. So, collaborative revenue $200,000 under AstraZeneca collaboration agreement. And the research expenses, so this is how much they have been spending. You guys can see right here. Okay, research and development expenses for the third quarter of 2022 were $16.6 million compared to $12 million. And general and administrative expenses for the third quarter of 2022 were $7.4 million. So they are literally spending almost. Now look at this net loss for the third quarter of 2022. Fission reported a net loss of $24 million US. So you guys can see that they spend literally almost the same amount of money like Bionano Genomics per quarter. Okay, but the advantage of this company right now is this is literally still a penny stock. Of course, like Bionano Genomics, their market cap is just $177 million, and the volume 51,000, and they have been beating earnings, somehow, not unlike Bngo that has been, missing earnings until third quarter of last year. So this is good. In my opinion, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, but I think this company has something to offer. And of course, I made a tweet about it, like, that unlike Bngo, Pacb, Illumina, Oxford Nanopore, this stock is up 67% in the past month alone. And I promised that I was going to cover it in this video. So this is it, guys. Look at that. Look at the very nice rally of this company. So Bionano Genomics, okay, they are going to be hosting a strategy day on the 2nd of February 2023 in New York City. Okay, and I mean, the event will include presentations from members of the company's leadership team and panel discussions featuring key opinion leaders in basic and clinical research areas, including cancer, genetic disorders, and cell bioprocessing. Bionano panel members will also participate in Q&A discussion with the audience. So over the past couple of days, so take a look at this, guys. So this is what is going on with Bngo. I mean, this literally consolidation after consolidation. Okay, you guys can clearly see that, literally since the beginning of last year, okay, we have been struggling to get above $2 and last year we closed around below $1.5 and this is what I am watching right now, guys. You guys can see the consolidation going on. I mean, this was supposed to be a head and shoulder pattern, but then Bngo acquired Purigen Bioscience and Bioscience or Biosystems, and then on the chief business officer of Bngo also resigned somewhere around here. So I think that affected the company, and also we don't know. We have no information about the next generation Sapphire device, apart from the fact that Bngo a couple of days ago came in and said somebody on the field is already using the next generation Sapphire device. We don't even know what it looks like. So I think those are the negative things presently going on with Bngo. Okay, among others, of course, we still have the macro economy. Most stocks are down, okay, year to date, or in the past 12 months, most of the companies are down as well. Take a look at Tesla, for example, down over 70%. So let's see what's gonna happen. This is what I'm watching. Okay, I'm waiting for that, breakout. I'm waiting for that. But I want to see the kind of news that BNJ is going to drop, or the kind of press release that they are going to be dropping that is going to help the share price of BNJ to get above. First, we need to get above 1.5 US dollars. Then we need to target $2 and see what's going to happen. If we can, target around $3 and then target, this level. So let's see what's going to happen, guys. See you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.